right, what's happening, everyone? JayShockblast here, and we are live. And to be honest with you, I got this little hair on my. I don't know. I'm distracted. What's up? All right, so the developer direct starts soon. Hold on, I think I'm like way behind. There we go. All right, so wait a second. 26 minutes. The developer direct starts very soon. We should be live in 13 minutes with new stuff from Doom: The Dark Ages, South of Midnight, and Clair Obscur Expedition. There's also a secret game that should. The rumor is Ninja Gaiden. I've just been reading the internet. I don't know for sure what it's going to be, but they're saying it's Ninja Gaiden. We'll see. But I hope you guys are having a great day. What's up, Travis? Yeah, I watched Sadat's video. What's up, Patrick? What's up, VP? It is not illegal for you to be here. What's up, Eastwood? Thank you for coming back. So very interested to see what we're gonna get here. What have I gotten recently? What's up, Jess? What have I gotten recently that I can show you? Just to kill some time. All right, let's go here. I will be doing an unboxing video for this. Venom: The Last Dance. This is the Steelbook. So this just came in. Oblivion remaster, hopefully. That would be cool, but I've heard the rumor is that it is Ninja Gaiden. So we'll see. So yeah, we got the Venom: The Last Dance Steelbook. I don't know, what else did I get recently? Got my Darth Revan over here. So we're just waiting basically now. There's like a little hair sticking right here on my webcam, and it's bothering me because I can't seem to pull it off. It's like super stuck. Oh, I see why. Alright, we got it. Anyway, Herbert, I mean, good for Xbox making money where they can make money, you know what I mean? You know what we can do? Let's watch Sadat's video, alright? Sadat just got to play, we've got enough time.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover.
You're stuck in the past.
Unlike me.
What did you do, Rag Nation?
All right. Sadat's done this to me enough times, so I feel like I can do this for him. So Sadat got to play Assassin's Creed Shadow, and I've already liked the video, and I've already commented. Ooh, he responded, how much did they pay you? All right. So this is Sadat's video for Assassin's Creed. Oh, you can't actually see it. Let's switch. Okay. So let's just watch this while we're waiting.
Not a lot can surprise me anymore. The drama around the protagonist of Assassin's Creed Shadows, boring and predictable. The delay to polish Shadows after the disappointing launch of Star Wars Outlaws, saw that coming a mile away. But after finally getting the chance to play this game myself, I can honestly say Ubisoft managed to surprise me. And I think you will be too, whether this game is at the top of your most wanted list or you're on the fence. Anyone who has played an open world Ubisoft game before knows what to expect, especially from the Assassin's Creed series, for better or worse. But Assassin's Creed Shadows surprised me by being the one Ubisoft game I was not expecting to break the formula. For sure, Assassin's Creed Shadows is an open world game, and Japan is represented beautifully. You can also expect to progress by unlocking new skills in order to shape your preferred playstyle and finding different colored loot to further enhance your combat tactics. However, Assassin's Creed Shadows, unlike a lot of previous Ubisoft games, puts more trust in the skills of the player and the strength of the narrative. Combat is legitimately challenging, the story of both Naoe and Yasuke is equally compelling, and the large open world and mission design challenge you to uncover the narrative and discover things yourself, rather than leading you by the hand or padding the length of the game with a series of fetch quests. Now, I didn't get to play the game under optimal conditions. I'll be playing on the PS5 Pro once I get my actual copy, but for this preview event, I only got 4 hours and I was streaming the game in 1080p remotely on my laptop from my house using one of the Ubisoft servers with a ping ranging from 49 to 50. Definitely far from ideal. And as with all preview events, this was also not the final build and was a work in progress. But despite all that, I walked away from my armchair legitimately impressed by what I played. Before the session was allowed to be recorded, they asked me to pick a character. As somebody who was obsessed with Ghost of Tsushima, I knew going in I was going to spend the most time on Yasuke. As expected, he and Naoe feel completely different. Yasuke is for players like me who want that powerful samurai fantasy of brutally cutting enemies in half, and Yasuke is perfectly designed to convey that. He's about more power than finesse, but he can still move swiftly enough to parry and dodge enemy attacks. Naoe, on the other hand, will immediately appeal to the old school Assassin's Creed player who wants to be quick and agile, taking out enemies from the shadows or dismantling them face to face by being evasive and precise. There's also a pretty huge surprise for OG Assassin's Creed players that I will not be spoiling here. The game allows you to switch between the two whenever you want, giving you the freedom to tackle missions with a different approach or get the heat off you if you manage to trigger the wanted status, which I pretty much spent this entire preview session with, leading to certain enemies attacking on sight. It was good practice to get comfortable with the combat system. Like any proper RPG, you will be offered different dialogue options, though I'm unsure based on the little I played how impactful they will be. Based on the fact Ubisoft gives you the option to default to the canon choices, the implication is that your choices could lead to very different outcomes. I also haven't yet seen if your actions out in the open world will shape the narrative any further. I accidentally cut up a civilian that I mistakenly thought was one of the people coming after me, and I saw a message pop up noting that Yasuke never harms civilians, though the game didn't stop me from harming that particular civilian if that's the sort of thing you're looking to do in the game. For those who play Assassin's Creed for the stealth, I thought it was decent from what I experienced. It's definitely much easier to pull off with Naoe rather than Yasuke. He's much bigger, his movements aren't as swift, and his parkour can be a little clumsy. Plus, even his assassinations are big and loud, as if daring another enemy to come find out what happened to their ally, compared to Naoe, who quickly disposes of her prey while barely making a sound. The AI also doesn't make it too easy on you. Simply crouching along the roof isn't enough, and you will sometimes have to fully lay down on your stomach to avoid detection. You can also summon certain allies and have them attack enemies for you while you hide out waiting for the perfect chance to strike. With Yasuke though, I just tended to duel everyone as often as possible, which his abilities and tankiness let me get away with. Yasuke can absolutely overpower enemies and has a really cool flash step ability that slices through enemies and puts you behind them, as well as a "This is Sparta" style kick that launches them across the map. It's extremely satisfying. You will absolutely need to master dodging and parrying as the enemies get more challenging, especially those with the spear and the brutes. I found myself later in the session mixing in more gunplay to deal with crowds or large elites that took a ton of damage to bring down. I'm not allowed to talk about most of the story stuff I experienced, but I was all in on the main quest, and it's a good sign for the rest of the game when the first side mission I discovered also felt like it could be part of the main quest line. It wasn't on my objectives, I just literally stumbled into somebody's house and saw a woman being harassed by thugs. Taking them out started the mission, and it's this sort of discoverability that makes the world of Assassin's Creed Shadows feel truly alive. I ran into a few minor bugs, like my mount not showing up when I called, but I can't judge performance too much considering I was streaming the game over Wi-Fi. Nothing game breaking, even when I was surrounded by a lot of enemies, the game felt very responsive. The graphics were also very impressive. Despite streaming this in 1080p on a laptop, I was several times caught off guard at how sharp the visuals were and how beautiful the Japanese landscape looked. The attention to detail was impressive, especially when it rained. Overall, I'd say I was most impressed with the combat. By the end of the session, I felt like I had gotten pretty good with the sword duels, and I'm excited to do a lot more of it with Yasuke when I have more time to learn the different abilities and perks. Next time I play, I'll also for sure give Naoe more time because the shinobi combat, from the little bit I experienced, was a lot of fun and legitimately feels like you're playing a different game when you swap. All that extra time really paid off, and I think Assassin's Creed Shadows will definitely make a big impact in what is shaping up to be a truly insane year for video games. There are so many potential Game of the Year contenders we could see, and several of them might show up at this secret PlayStation State of Play we just learned about. Click the video on screen to learn more.
Behold! Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max.
Shout out to Sadat the Gamer. Obviously, you should be following his channel. You should know who he is. It looks great. I'm super excited for it. It looks a lot like Ghost of Tsushima, and I know that the audio is a little bit louder That was intentional. So, yeah, I don't really have anything else cool to show you today. But we're going to go ahead and switch back over to this. Get caught up. I figured that was more interesting than watching the load screen. And, all right. I don't know why. Hit live. All right, there we go. So yeah, the games that they're going to show today look pretty cool. Very excited for it. Looks like a cross between Ghost and Metal Gear. Yeah. Are we expecting anything great from Xbox that's going to transfer over to PS5? I don't know if they're going to mention that in this stream, but I do believe that they've confirmed Halo Collection is going over. But I mean, honestly, Xbox is just here to make money, you know? They're making money from literally everything, you know? So, yeah, Manny, that's what I've heard too. I'm not saying they've confirmed Master Chief. I'm saying that's the big rumor. And the rumor is that Ninja Gaiden as well, yeah. So, we'll see. But that is the big rumor. But I do think that it's a good strategy. And it's one that you're going to probably see PlayStation start incorporating more as well. Because the fact of the matter is, PlayStation has canceled a lot of projects that they spent a lot of money making. And it really does not make sense. It doesn't make sense to, like, hold games back. You know what I mean? Like, get your money wherever it is. Yeah, I don't know anything about 2K25, Rock, so we'll see what happens. What games is PlayStation? I mean, let's be real. You know, for being the industry leader right now, their game of the year of last year, Astrobot, you know, didn't really sell like hotcakes. No, I get it, Eastwood. I get it. I understand. And like, I would imagine that, well, I think Doom the Dark Ages, I don't think that's Xbox exclusive. I think that's going to be on PS5 day one. So, I mean, that's obviously one. I don't know about South of Midnight or what's the other one called? Whatever the other one's called. It's got like a weird name. But which Nintendo would grow up and start collabing with Fortnite? Yeah. No, I understand that I don't think they're showing Avowed today. I understand it sold what it needed to. I get that. Like, but you know, it is the big, like, it's the big title, one of the big titles from last year. And, you know, PlayStation has a huge install base. You would have thought that with it being so big, ooh. Hold on, I gotta go to Target's website. Alright, sorry, my friend texted me about something. Sorry, that distracted me. Alright, here we go. Got that surprise game coming up. How do I group this? Alright, we'll check that out after. What is the quality here? Alright, this is Team Ninja. Hold on, why am I getting... Bear with me here. There we go.
こんにちは、超えてくもゲームスチーム忍者の安田文彦です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods,
this looks good.
Wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
Platinum Games. Oh, damn.
No escape.
This looks sick. It's like futuristic ninjas. Ninja.
Whatever your clan is plotting.
Oh, that looks classy.
Here.
So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa.
Raiden.
I will execute my mission.
Ninja Gaiden 4. Oh, look at that statue.
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中でリュウ・ハヤブサも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、リュウ・ハヤブサが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒龍がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒龍がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。 今作の新主人公であり、ハヤブサと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
これまで忍者外伝シリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道を歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全体がプレイヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。前作より立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージを忍具やシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。レールアクション、スイングアクションなどダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にもさまざまなシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
I'll read chat in a moment. I'm trying to read the subtitles for you.
新しい主人公のヤクモは竜ハヤブサに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ若さも残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者外伝シリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。さらにヤクモが使える新要素、結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によって、これまでから大きく進化した1対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者外伝にはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率も健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵のガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら、一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの型によって忍者外伝のアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者外伝らしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや滅却、絶技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサはそれぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。ヤクモ、そして竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、伊豆直落としなどシリーズおなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ、新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者外伝にご期待ください。
it looks really good.
忍者ガイデンシリーズに色濃く残っている歯応えやグレードの高いアクション体験の継承。さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りを早くもでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
Alright, so I missed that. It said PC, right?
本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。こちらをご覧ください。
Take a look. It did say PS5. I missed it.
My path leads through the land of the dead.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
Genshin, go back to hell.
All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
Ninja Gaiden 2 Black。
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox360 で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。今作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。美麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、リュウハヤブサに加え綾音、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。
That's cool.
Today,
今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
That one did not say PS5. That is correct. So fall 2025, Ninja Gaiden 4. Alright, here comes South of Midnight. This one looks really cool. I'm very excited for this one. Got that southern voodoo going on.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
Oh no, not Sweet Baby Inc. Whatever will you do with diversity?
Up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
We wouldn't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now?
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Dang. That's
Hazel
crazy.
may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is.
They're not making anybody change their games. They're literally
how to tap into weaving.
consultants.
An ancient magical
They get
power that
hired
defines
to
her
make
trajectory
sure
in
that
life.
things make sense and that
The
they
land
work.
itself chooses Hazel as a
They're
weaver.
not making anybody do anything. They're
Someone who
literally
can
a
see
consultant.
beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality.
This is not
the grand
claymation.
tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds,
cool.
Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects, and confront
they don't work for them. They don't they get hired
Combat
as
is about
consultants. They do
understanding
what
and adapting
consultants
to
do.
different enemy
They don't
archetypes
force anything.
known as aints.
We'll
The
buy this.
manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
I'll be getting
These
it. It's on
hates
Game
trap
Pass
Hazel
anyway.
in combat until she
But,
unravels them, destroying them in the process.
I can't say much more than that. I'm absolutely
Each
going to
aint
do a
has its
playthrough
own
of
unique
this.
moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar.
I mean, this looks sick.
While the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can
You're
backfire
weird, Travis.
because
I'm sorry.
aints have powerful defensive
Not
abilities.
look like claymation
Mastering
at
your
all.
magical skills becomes the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt
Yeah,
and
I can
stun
see
their
that,
attack.
Jess.
Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize.
I just love the southern
The
folklore
upgrades will
aspect
change
of it.
how you approach combat, like enhancing
Yeah, I can see the
aerial
Hogwarts
effect attacks,
comparison too.
or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history.
Yeah, this is
You'll
cool.
gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific
They lost you with the story?
These encounters feature
so it's like a gothic southern folklore.
As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugaloo. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
That's why I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our moody Compulsion signature style.
I don't know what Eternal Strands is.
But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation.
It looked good, right?
Which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We are lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
So that comes out April 8th. Alright, so this one right here, I don't know about this one. It looks good, but it looks like it's gonna be hard.
Bonjour everyone. We are Sandfall Interactive and welcome to our manor. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
There we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
So this is what you're
Guillaume and I
looking for the
started
most,
trading
Foster?
ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based
Summer Game
system,
Fest.
combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that, defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth.
This looks like it's going to be a little bit like
the classics we love.
Midnight Suns.
And a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Sandfall Interactive on these tenets.
Looks
a
like
group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
That's what he said kind of inspired him.
This too is your legacy.
Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Cool. What's up, Rune?
Expeditioners.
Dark Ages is probably going to close it.
Honor your dedication.
So I think Dark Ages is next.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about Adia.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustave, are you real?
It's not all dark, though.
I love the Royal
Along the way,
course.
they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jest Troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jest Trolls across the game.
Bonjour.
And of course, there is Eskier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Eskier is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And If you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
It seems really cool. It seems like
Everyone
there's a
has their
lot
own
going
reason
on,
for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
Oh, interesting.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time. But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character.
I mean, it looks really cool.
We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Mail switches between stances, which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mal the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyles.
A lot of information on the screen, though.
Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Alright, I'm kind of ready for the next game at this point, though.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestural Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrals are like. The Gestural Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrals, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Minoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Gestral.
For Eske, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map. And it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need Eske's help traveling around.
Here we go!
We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
That's cool.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wishlist the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team. It's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sandfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
I think they're going to give the date in a moment.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
All right. April 24th. And it is coming to PS5 as well. Day one. A big game year indeed, Arcade. All right, here we go. This is the main event. Doom, the Dark Age.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago,
I met this guy.
A small team of game developers helped define and set
the
a
guy
course
on the right. I met him at.
A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate
I met him at the
as
Xbox
ever.
event.
And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see,
Hugo,
those values are infused in every
I met him at the
aspect of this
Xbox
latest
event
installment
last
in the
year.
legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom, the Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words. In Doom, the Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience.
That's cool.
So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom, the Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom, the Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal. And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom the Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
I like it.
And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id. But that's not all, because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a Doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades, and it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. from any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom. And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about yet. The trigger.
The trigger.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean, ancient, brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with.
These look so sick.
Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom the Dark Ages.
I got to see a preview of Doom Eternal at PAX East 2020. Marcus Smart from the Celtics played, and it was super cool. Got to meet Marcus Smart. The only thing that turned me off about Doom Eternal was I didn't like the way that you got your health back. Dude, look at the way the little head in the bottom keeps like... me when Doom.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before.
This is
with
what
a
I
new
wanted.
difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best.
I'm in.
Slow things down.
That's all I needed to hear.
Or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
Nice.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlas, which is a mech. It's the size of a building, it's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom the Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields,
so sick.
And worlds beyond. And through exploration,
what
you'll
if
be
Captain
unlocking
America
new
became the
abilities
Punisher?
And godlike powers every step of the
There.
way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments
More like
full
what
of
if
secrets
Punisher
and
became
treasures.
Captain America?
There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom the Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction.
Dude, he looks so cool.
Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose.
It's the guy from Fortnite.
Explore
I have that
what
guy
is
in
the
Fortnite.
largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines
Oh my
in
God.
search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates, because the battle isn't over yet.
Oh my god.
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom the Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make. And make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide when Doom the Dark Ages releases.
That's cool, man. Dude, it looks so sick, man. I'm not gonna lie, that looked freaking awesome. So these games are all coming out real soon. 2 of them in April, 1 of them in May. Then Ninja Gaiden in the fall.
I cannot move.
This is so like
You will feel like the super weapon in the center of the medieval war against hell.
What did you guys think? Like, obviously, everybody's into Doom.
Crafting and spinning wheels.
I definitely am very interested about this game. South of Midnight. Expedition 33 looks pretty cool. I'll definitely give this a chance. So it's not coming out soon? It is. Like 3 months away, 4 months away, that's not that long. Ninja Gaiden, I'll play. I'm probably gonna be really bad at it. Alright, Jess, we'll see if... What's up, Twan? But wait, there's more. That's what I'm waiting for, right? All with Game Pass. Thanks for watching. Plus, play Ninja Gaiden 2 Black right now. Actually, let's look in just a second. Alright, so I think it's officially over. Alright, let's do this real quick. Let's switch over to the Xbox. And let's see if we can get Ninja Gaiden Black right now. Alright, so let's go up here. Game Pass. Diablo 4. Alright, there's the developer direct. Recently added. Hold on. I would think it's on Game Pass, right? Let's reboot the console real quick. Yeah, that was a really good showcase. I'm really looking forward to them. Definitely pre-ordering. Nice. You don't think Ninja Gaiden is live yet? Okay. We're going to just check real quick after the reboot. I figure, hey, they said play today. That's what it says right here. Play today. So today does not mean right this second, obviously. All right. Probably in an hour or two. We're going to check anyway, though. I don't know about... Hold on. Alright. So Ninja Gaiden 2... This is not it. Alright, so yeah, it doesn't look like it's out yet, but it's supposed to be today. That's the old collection. Gotcha. Okay. Well, it should be out on Game Pass soon. So I would say check back a little bit later and maybe we'll try it out. I'm probably going to be terrible at it, but we'll see. In any event, thank you guys for hanging out with me for a little bit. Hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll definitely be back tonight with something. Peace.